Well, hello there, Sunny Pinters.
Hello.
And welcome to the year's first Pondside Chat.
I know.
The first Pondside Chat of 2023.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
And we're actually not doing it ahead of time. It's actually New Year's Day.
Yes, it is. Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
I can feel the excitement in the air.
Oh, yes. It could just be humidity. It just rained.
Well, if you haven't done so already, maybe one of your New Year's resolutions should be to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and make sure to sign up for our newsletter, which you can do on our website, or you can come into the shop and we'll sign you up. You can click, I can talk. You can click on the links to any of those sites right down below in the description, because Sue puts them there, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you haven't done so in 2022, do it in 2023. And you get the bell next to the subscribe button to get notifications when our new videos come out.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's continue a grand old tradition of, what are you drinking today, Sue?
You missed this part.
Okay.
Or are you going back to it?
I was going to go back to it.
Well, there we go. All right. I am drinking Cougar Bait. I just love the name.
It is a great name.
It's a blonde ale from Country Boy Brewing, and they're out of Lexington, Kentucky. I think it's Lexington. So
they have great names for their beers.
Mm-hmm.
One was called Shotgun Wedding.
Yeah, that one went pretty fast. That was a brown ale, very, very good brown ale. And I'm sure we'll be getting more of their stuff. But yeah, they have really fun names for their beer.
So how was it?
It's really good. It's nice and mild, and I might have more later. And how about you?
Well, I thought I'd continue on the New Year's celebration with some bubbly.
Yay, bubbly.
We have a couple of types of bubbly here. We have Prosecco from Antonico.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have a Spumante from Costa Ross. So you can come in and get some bubbly, and on the weekends we can do mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pretty much all week we can do mimosas.
Yeah, just ask for it, yeah.
Need to ask.
And beer mosas.
And beer mosas. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to celebrate. And since it's kind of a festive day.
Yeah, and yesterday we were open a little bit for New Year's Eve. And we offered everyone who came in a little taste of our Spumante, and they seemed to like it a lot.
Yeah,
so it was very, very popular.
Yeah, people are a little afraid that Spumante is going to be super sweet, and it's not. At least ours isn't.
Yeah, it's in the team members tried it, those over 21, beforehand, and they said the same thing. They said it's like a little sweet, but it's got a really nice dry finish, I think.
Yes.
So yeah. So you could drink quite a bit of it.
Yes. So we want to raise a glass as we start another year and thank all of you for all of your support throughout the years. We couldn't have done this without you, and we're getting close to our 3rd anniversary.
I know. That's
Can you
crazy.
believe that?
I know.
So cheers to them.
Sorry. Cheers
Hey.
to them. No, wait. We have to look when we cheers. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. And now, a very special thank you. A special thank you to all of our Jimmy Mac members.
Yeah.
If you aren't a Jimmy Mac member, you might want to consider becoming one.
We signed up some new Jimmy Mac members for the year. It's going to be
it's a
really
lot
exciting.
of fun. But we do a beer swap. You get a beer pack every month.
Mm-hmm.
You get 10% off your bill all year. You get a t-shirt. You get a glass. You get $10 coupons, 6 of them, towards growler fills.
Growler and crawler fills, yeah.
So it's a great thing for you guys if you want to join. It costs $250 for the year. It goes from January to December,
and if you're a regular, it pays for itself.
It does. We have lots of folks who say, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I joined this because I get so much for it."
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we do little special events.
Mm-hmm.
I think you talked about the beer swap.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a beer swap; it's a beer chat. People will bring in cans of beers that they like, and then we just talk about them, and it's so much fun because everybody's made such good friends.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little community.
And I know we have one of our newest members who signed up yesterday is planning to join us for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be very exciting.
Yes.
So thanks to our Jimmy Mackers. Cheers. To.
And as we say at the beer chat, look at me.
Look at me.
Look at me.
Look at me.
Cheers.
It's become a thing. All right, so we're going to do something a little different this year. We are going to start off the year with a different format. Mm-hmm. We're going to do a little bit of a recap.
Yeah.
We're going to, wait, can we use the effect again? Cast our minds back.
I think I can find it. I feel like I'm at the beginning of 2022 now.
So we had an amazing year in 2022, and we thought we'd kind of go through, Sue crunched some numbers, just to see.
Because it seemed like, unless we're just getting old and tired, like, man, we were busy. We were busy. And we looked at the numbers, and we were busy.
We sure were.
Yeah.
So why don't you talk a little bit about the beer?
Yeah, I didn't have, because I just ran the numbers this morning, so I didn't have time to count all of the different beers and stuff that we did. But I did do a quick count of like how many kegs we put on and cycled through the year. 574 kegs of beer this year.
That's a lot of kegs, Sue.
That's a lot of time in the cooler switching out kegs.
Yes. And I don't know if you know it, but it's really cold back there in the cooler.
34 degrees?
It's about 34 degrees.
Wear a hat.
Yeah, wear a hat.
Or a toque, as they say in Canada.
Yes.
And then the one thing that was really easy to count was the number of flights. We sold 2,400 flights of beer.
Wow.
And I'm sure just countless pints.
Countless.
But 2,400 flights of beer.
A number too high to be counted.
Yeah. At least early this morning, because the data was not very well defined.
Yeah, you have to do a little data cleanup before you play with that.
Yeah. And how about the food, Simone?
We did a lot of food, too. People are hungry.
And that is a tiny kitchen. I can't believe we pumped out so much food.
We have a really wonderful crew.
Oh, yeah.
We did 1,568 pretzels.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pretzels.
That's a lot of pretzels.
We did 6,384 flatbreads.
That's a lot of flatbreads. Our flatbreads are so good.
And that's just the full-sized ones.
I think so. I'm not sure. Yes.
That's just the full-sized ones.
That's just the full-size ones.
So that's pretty impressive. We did 8,348 full-size sandwiches.
Yep.
Which...
Because don't forget, we have half sandwiches too.
Yeah. So, not a surprise here. The Cuban sandwich was the top seller. We did 1,711 Cuban sandwiches.
And that's been our top seller since the day we opened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've added a lot of really fun stuff to the menu over the past 3 years, but in, day out, Cuban sandwich is our best seller.
It's a workhorse.
Yep.
We did, and not to forget about our chicken salad wrap fans. You were hungry too. 1,133 chicken salad wraps.
Now that number surprised me.
Not me.
Well, we don't do a half size of that one either, so that could be part of it. That could be, because I think if we add in, which I maybe have time to find before we post this video, the half Cuban, we might have some interesting numbers there. But yeah, 1,100 chicken salad wraps.
And I know that not everybody, but most of you do enjoy our BLT. We did 1,037 full-size BLTs.
That is a delicious sandwich.
It is a delicious sandwich.
Yeah.
So it's really been an honor to make all this food for you. You know, I'm not back there in the kitchen as much as I used to be, but I will say that it is very satisfying when we make all of that food and you folks are very happy about it.
And the great thing is you're not back there all the time, but we have such a great team. I just saw a couple of reviews that came in the past few days, and they still say across the board that our food is excellent. So our team members do a great job making that food too.
Yes.
So yeah.
Kudos to them.
Our food is really good.
And you were busy.
Yeah.
Booking music.
Yeah, music. I always wonder why it's so hard to book music, and I think it's because I've done a lot of it. We had 118 nights of music this year. So yeah, and if you don't know, we generally do music Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
From 4 to 7 generally.
So those are a little more boisterous nights, and then the rest of the nights, pretty quiet.
Yeah.
As far as, conversation and stuff, but 118 nights of music, and we got a good slate started already for the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So,
And we had some brewery events throughout the year.
Yeah. Yep. I thought they got off to a little slow start. We started the year with one event, and then there was a big gap, but then we caught up. We did 10 brewery events, brewery tap takeovers. And we started the year from Distill out of Illinois, Normal, Illinois. And then it wasn't until about May that we had our second one. And that first one was in January. And that was from Oviedo.
Down by Orlando.
Yeah, they're down by Orlando. And that one was great. And then summer got a little tough to get the breweries. So we did a spotlight of just all the beers we had on tap from Progressive, one of our distribution companies. And that was a lot of fun. Casing from Progressive was here, and that was a super fun night. Then, did you want to take any of these?
Sure. Ellipsis, which was a ton of fun as well. We had them in. I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit about them.
Yeah, and that was a new brewery we brought in.
Yeah, it was a new brewery for us, so it was interesting to see what kind of beers that they do brew. And then we had Three Daughters, which we had been to Three Daughters in Tampa, and it was really exciting to have them come visit us.
And this was the second time we had an event with them. We had one the year before as well.
Yes. And then we did an event with Von Hinken.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
The original contest beer.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So if you're not familiar with Von Hinken, it was a brew that somebody found a recipe of their great-grandfather's and brought it back. And to help market it, they made it into a contest beer.
Yeah, and it's a Munich-style Helles lager.
Yeah, and it's very tasty, very very drinkable, wonderful beer.
Yeah.
But it's got a great story.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yep. And then Tampa Bay Brewing, which we also had last year as well, and that was a really fun event too. Always, they make great beers.
Well, and the people who come from Tampa Bay are always a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
So
They brought a lot of swag for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Ology, another new beer that we started carrying mid-year this year, and that was a very fun. Too. They do a lot of really fun beers, and that was a good one. We haven't had any of their beers in a bit, but I think I'm ready to bring some back in the new year. Yeah.
Very cool. And then I think probably one of our most boisterous events was the one with Delirium that we did for the holidays in conjunction with Toys for Tots.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
We collected so many
toys. We went through
3 boxes.
Yeah, at least 3 boxes of toys. We had bicycles. I mean, everyone was so generous. And
then that event, we had their special Noel seasonal beer, and we had some seasonal glasses that we gave away when you bought a glass of it. That was a really fun event for sure.
Yeah, that Belgian chocolate beer. OMG.
Belgian chocolate wheat beer, which you hear it and you're like, that's odd. So good.
It was so good. And it was
the first keg to go.
It was so expensive. We were a little nervous because we were like, oh, who's going to want to buy that? And we had people buying crowlers of it because it was just so unique. Yeah. So we're looking forward to maybe doing something with them again
for sure.
next year.
And then from right up in Ocala, our friends from Infinite, which is, I think, one of the first breweries that we discovered in the area at a craft brewers conference in Nashville. We just happened to sit down next to them at one of the break rooms and got to talking. So we were so glad to finally get them to do a brewery event.
Yeah, we saw that they were from Ocala, and we were like, hey, we're going to be opening this place near the Villages. And they're like, what? So we're excited to have connected. They're doing some really exciting stuff in Ocala, too.
Oh, yeah. They're getting a new location they're opening up soon, maybe next year.
Doing some distilling. I mean, they're really...
If you haven't had a chance to check them out lately, go on up there and get all the details. Taste some of their amazing beers and get all the details on what they're doing, because they got some cool stuff coming up in the coming year.
Absolutely.
And then we didn't do everything right in-house. We took our show on the road, so to speak.
Yes, we did, and we're going to be doing a little bit more of that. But one of the first things we did at the beginning of the year was we participated in the craft beer section of the Rotary Club's chili cook-off.
That happens down at Lake Sumter Landing.
Yes, and although it was freezing,
it was so cold.
Everybody's bellies were warm because we had some fantastic ciders and beers for folks. It was a great event. We're going to be participating again this year.
I'm hoping it's a little warmer. Yeah. I'm going to bring some gloves this time just in case.
Yeah, I think we're also going to be set up for a little bit better this year.
Yeah.
But we were thinking about doing the chili, but I can't figure out how to do that quite yet because the way we cook our chili doesn't match with their rules.
Yeah.
So
maybe next year we'll have.
But maybe next year because our chili's good.
It is good.
I think you might at least get some metal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then on July 4th, up at Brownwood Town Square, they do their Brews and Cruise event, which is a little bit of one of their cruise-ins with some classic cars, and it's another little beer fest. Yeah. And that was so much fun.
And it was kind of the opposite of the chili cook-off because it was really hot.
It was so hot. And the sun was just beating down on us. But you did most of it the year before by yourself in the booth, but we got some of our team members to come.
I had a friend come.
And our team members were great.
Yeah.
And everyone, a little more awareness because we were busier this year, and so many of our guests stopped at the booth. That was fun. And I hope they invite us again this year. So
Chelsea.
Yeah. And we've got a couple other events that we're going to be hitting up this year too. So as soon as that's finalized, we will let you know what else we're doing.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're definitely traveling out of our comfort realm a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we also, we did some parties, just some straight up parties.
Oh yeah, our parties. They are pretty popular.
Got to start off with our anniversary party last year. Oh my God, that was the busiest day we had ever had at that point.
Yeah. And our anniversary party, even during the height of COVID, our anniversary party was really busy the first year.
Yeah.
It was crazy busy. And
but then our second anniversary.
Well, we were staffed better and prepared, I think, a little better for it.
But we were much busier.
Much busier, yeah.
I don't think the minute somebody got up from a seat, it was always taken.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't an empty seat. I don't think.
But people had so much fun.
All day.
We don't even bring in any music for that because
no.
It's so. And we did giveaways and our anniversary party. It's going to be mid-February this year. We already have the date set. So we better start planning that soon since it's already January.
Yeah, we got some work to do.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And then of course St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day was a big hit, and it actually led to the inspiration for us to put corned beef on our menu once a week.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
Because you cooked up corned beef for the first time, and we ran out way before dinner time.
I will be a little more prepared this time.
And that's one of our glass events too.
Yeah, we gave a glass away. We did a special platter of St. Patrick's Day food. We did a colcannon and corned beef. And then we also it was a sausage and cabbage
Oh,
stew
right, yeah.
that went with that. That was our St. Patrick's Day plate.
Yeah, that was fun.
And it was really good.
And we had music that time. So that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Music was 4 to 7. And then Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo was really busy too. I mean, we have had our fiesta menu that we carry throughout the year.
And I don't think we even added anything extra this year
No.
to it. But it was, again, another free, cute little Cinco de Mayo glass. And we had music again. And that was another one of our great parties, which is always hard because I try to do a little something for May the 4th for Star Wars. So
it's hard to compete.
It's kind of a busy week. Yeah.
I will say that Rocio and I have been talking about maybe making some pozole. So
when we lived in Albuquerque, we were vegetarians at the time, and we went to this place and they had a vegetarian pozole that was excellent. I'm not saying you have to make a vegetarian one, but it is possible for you vegetarians out there to make a really good.
Well, we've been talking about a pork one, but
I get it.
But we could always branch out. But maybe for Cinco de Mayo this year, we'll have a couple of interesting things to pop on the menu.
I think that's probably very likely. And then Oktoberfest.
Oh man. You want to talk about a busy day.
That was our busiest day ever. But it was great because it was steady. Like everyone didn't come at once, so it didn't feel as overwhelming. I mean, it was busy.
We ran out of food that day too.
We did.
But it made me realize that we'll do the same thing again this year. Maybe I'll tweak it a little bit. But the Oktoberfest plate that we did was super popular.
Yeah, and I think you didn't expect that. That's why we ran out of some of the stuff. But yeah, our Oktoberfest is so much fun. And we had a band.
Yeah.
We had the Schnitzel Beer Band. And we have them booked again for this year. So.
And then, of course, we just have fun all the time here at the Pint. It's just, it's really never a dull moment. Never a dull moment.
No.
We have sporting events when the Buffalo Bills are playing, of course.
Yep. And then we'll try to work a little more couple things in. It's just the year goes by so fast. Before you know it, March Madness is come and gone, and we haven't organized anything. So we'll try to be a little better. But a couple of things that I do remember is we had our fantasy football draft day, and there's a group that's come every year for the past 3 years.
Oh my goodness, they're so much fun.
And I got a couple pictures. I showed them before, but yeah, and the person who loses their league has to wear a costume of the winner's choosing. And
I'm excited to see this year's.
Yeah.
It's
Last year's was fun. Here's a picture of that one too. And then the Penn State Club.
Oh yeah, they had a great time. They weren't sure how it was going to work out. It's really hard with college because the games are never really set. So they kind of had to, see when games were going to be and then see if we could do it. But we had a lot of fun with them.
Yeah, they approached us, and the game was like at 8 p.m. on a Thursday, and it was on ESPN, which a lot of people have ESPN, but that club is so big and boisterous. They filled the place.
Yeah.
They filled the entire place with Penn State fans. That was a lot of fun. So if you want to do something like that next year for college football, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We have to work with you on it. It's not generally a good idea to just show up with that many people.
With 70 people, yeah. after we're closed for the day, yeah. So let's talk about it.
Talk about it with us because then we're happy to try to figure out if some of our staff can stay and what we can do in the kitchen. So we love having these celebrations with you. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And of course, Buffalo Bills games. You got to talk about how
so many Bills games this year, and it was so much fun.
Well, I think what I like about it too is I get to kind of hang out and do wings, which I love because I'm grilling wings. But then, we get to dance around and, celebrate the touchdowns. And it's a little hard when they lose.
Yeah.
That doesn't go over so well.
No.
But pretty avid fans.
We had one night where we took reservations ahead of time for the evening game just to make sure we had enough people. And we were packed for the whole game. We're going to try to do a little more of that, especially during the playoffs. I think we're going to try to be open for whatever game they're playing in the playoffs. Maybe we'll come up with some specials for that, because if they make a good playoff run, we'd love to have our friends and fans of the Buffalo Bills.
I know
here.
It's not Buffalo, but we could always get some Zweigels or something.
I've been trying to figure out how to get them.
Well, I
wrote to them, but yeah.
Maybe I can figure out how to do beef on weck.
I'm so nervous though, because that's not a Rochester thing, and if we don't get it right, ooh boy.
Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of Buffalo people telling me how to do it. Because, they're not shy.
No, they're not. They're not. No, and that's a good thing, yeah. So, we always have Labatt Blue. We have the Pils Mafia Pilsner from Thin Man Brewing in Buffalo. So, hopefully there's 2 more Buffalo games this year. So, yeah.
Yes. So, all of this, every single bit of this would not have been possible without our fantastic staff.
Yes.
I think we can't say it enough. We are so lucky. This is a hard time for restaurants, and it's been hard finding people, but we have found some amazing people.
Yeah, and it's not just us. I mean, if you read our reviews, almost every review talks about our friendly and helpful staff.
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, they are great. They all like each other, which is fantastic. And it makes it so much more fun to be here and to work here.
Yes, exactly. So, also, if you think you're going to be a good fit for our staff, check us out. We're pretty full right now, but you never know. Keep your name on file.
Hey, if we keep selling stuff the way we've been selling it, we're going to need more staff.
And of course, we wouldn't even be here without you guys. Seriously. All of us, we owe a huge debt to you as our Sunny Pint crew, our fans.
Yeah.
People who come in, people who've never tried us before, and they come in and then they tell their friends about it.
Oh yeah.
We are so lucky.
We have some people that are like, you're the talk of our villages. Our village we live in the villages. Everyone's saying, gotta go to the Sunny Pint. So thank you for recommending us.
Thank you for recommending us. Thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing your friends and your family and just coming in.
And thanks for being patient on our busy days.
Yeah, thank you. We just can't thank you enough for everything. It is a community, and we are so excited that you're part of ours. So
yeah, I think that's about it.
That's about it. I'm going to get teary-eyed now.
Maybe it's the bubbly. So we wish you a happy and healthy start to the new year, and we look forward to seeing you all year long.
Here's to lots more food and fantastic beverage and
fun.
And fun with community, craft, and local. Cheers.